Air-Clips.com.
Hi guys, welcome to Air-Clips.com. I'm Patrick and today I'm proud to welcome you to our first US American airline ultimate cockpit movie, and even better than that, it is a Boeing 747-400 of National Airlines that we are going to witness today. Guys, I don't want to hold you back from this fantastic 747 cockpit film waiting for you. The first part of our new US Jumbo Pilots edition with National Airlines. But before we go into the flight deck, I have an absolute highlight for you. We are meeting here the chairman of the company, Chris Alf, at the headquarters of National Airlines in Orlando, Florida. Hi Chris, good morning to you.
Good morning, Patrick.
Well, thank you very much for this great opportunity to do this fantastic trip from Munich to Tokyo today. And thank you very much for the opportunity to speak. It's not that often that I get the chance to speak to the chairman of a company that runs a 747 and a growing 747 fleet. May I ask, National Airlines, National Air Cargo, what is it about?
Well, it's a great question. National Air Cargo started 30 years ago as an indirect air freight carrier, otherwise known as a freight forwarder. And we move anything and anywhere in the world as fast as humanly possible, utilizing every airline in the world that transports their cargo, as well as a network of ground pickup and delivery carriers, as well as customs brokerage, deliveries, oversized shipments, you name it, we've flown it at one time or another in our career. About 15 years ago, we made the leap to acquire an airline. We are a 747-400 jumbo jet carrier. We operate throughout the planet, and we move anything around the world on a dime on the airline side. So there's National Air Cargo, the freight forwarder, with offices globally, including Deutschland, and in National Airlines, it's headquartered in Orlando.
There's a couple of 747 cargo operators around the world, and I understand that National Airlines is still growing also in terms of the fleet. So what is the special capability, what is the secret of National Airlines in this competition globally?
Well, the secret for National in today's marketplace is the ability to react quickly to the customer's needs and desires. We build our operation around whatever the customer's requirements are versus having a strict airline operation that operates on a strict schedule from A to B and leaving at a designated departure time, a designated arrival time. We're extremely flexible at the company. We're ready to move and jump like a lion to wherever we have to get to in order to move the customer's cargo. So be able to react quickly is the most important thing. Major carriers just are not set up to do that. And particularly on a global space with the challenges of all your permits to overfly countries, arranging for ground handling. It's been very difficult these days for ground handling, of course, because of the labor shortage we see around the world, and with COVID and getting people in and out of airports. It has not been very easy to do that, but we've continued to push through. But if it's easy, I have an old saying that everybody would be doing it. So.
Okay, yeah, got it. So it's flexibility, right?
Yeah.
Flexibility and good people. I'm looking forward to meet your people actually on the flight deck and on the aircraft.
Yeah, our people are real get it done individuals. I mean, that's what we really source in our HR. So to try to get people that are very can do, make it happen. And number one, of course, is safety at all costs. And number two is make the mission happen. So that's what we do, and not just strive for, but we do that every single day.
Chris, I understand you're a successful businessman together with all your colleagues in the company, but running a fleet of the Queen of the Skies, is that purely commercial aspect to you, or do you also have kind of an emotional view on this operation?
Of course, everybody's got emotional view of the Queen of the Skies. There's no questions asked. However, it's the best aircraft for global cargo. Other aircraft like your 777, your 767 have smaller tubes. Therefore, you have smaller square pegs. And the smaller the square peg, the more breaking down of the customer's cargo is required. and the more time it takes to move the cargo, and also the risk of damage and loss and spoilage of the cargo.
Thank you very, very much for taking the time for us today. Thank you very much for making this mission possible. And yeah, I can only hope that if COVID permits for the next part of our US Jumbo Pilot Series on National Airlines, possibly I can also, you know, film a little bit in your headquarters in Florida. But for
sure,
now,
absolutely.
Awesome.
Maybe sometime you could witness a maintenance event. We do some very interesting to see these airplanes and the amount of heavy maintenance is required to keep these things moving and in a safe fashion and keep everything up to snuff. And you know, the whole company is about our people, and without that we wouldn't be successful today. And we make the impossible happen every day, and that's not me, that's the whole company of National, with over 600 employees located around the world. So we're here to make it happen. So enjoy your flight. I know you're gonna have a fantastic time. We have a fantastic team that are super dedicated and happy to show you around our gorgeous aircraft.
Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much.
Okay, have a great
to you
flight.
and your team. All the best of success, and I hope you will like the film coming out at the end. Bye for now.
Okay, cheers. Wunderbar.
Thank you. Guys, let's crank it up now. Off to the airport.
It sound right, boys.
We are here in Munich, and this aircraft has just arrived from Rockford, Chicago, and the cargo here is still going to be offloaded. We will see that in a moment. Right thereafter, they will fill up the entire plane with fresh new cargo, and then we are going to meet our crew. Captain Enrique, First Officer Casie, and more crew members are going to board the aircraft and take us for the long journey from Munich to a short fuel stop in Karaganda, Kazakhstan, and onwards all the way to Tokyo Narita Airport in Japan. So 2 lovely flights coming up in this film for you, and I can only hope that you enjoy. I look very much forward to this. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful.
It sound right, boys.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Fabrizio, and today I am the first officer on this flight from Munich to Narita. We are now performing, each of us is now performing his own duty, and at this moment, my job is to perform the walk around. So I will take you through all the steps to check, the airplane outside, the condition of the airplane before we do accept the aircraft for the flight. So if you will be kindly to follow me, I'll take you through this. Thank you. It's a beautiful day here in Munich, Germany. Sky, as you can see, is pretty cloudy, but makes either better for the takeoff. We're gonna deviate our clouds and we're gonna have fun. So follow us for the pilot lifestyle. As you can see, first thing we look for is the pitot. We are now checking the external side of the aircraft, starting with the nose wheel. We check the integrity of the tire. We do look for any kind of leak, outside, inside, and then we walk all the way in front on the nose of the airplane. We make sure that everything is clean and that works properly. We do check again the angle of attack, the pitot, nose wheel, and inside the vane here there are no holes, no nothing, and the static port has to be clean. As you can see over there, there is a little circle in green that shows the oxygen that should be on board for crew and passengers. We go under the belly of the aircraft. We make sure that everything is properly safe. So we do look inside. We make sure that there are no leaks. We check the tires. We check the shock absorber. We check the gear pin to make sure that our brakes are within the limits. These are the gear pins. And then we continue. Under the wing, we check the red flag there, that everything is aligned. Behind the engine, this is the number 3 engine of the aircraft. We look the front part of the engine, the fan. All the blades are not damaged. We continue looking again the right side of the number 3 engine, the rear. We look for, again, for the aligning flag. As you have noticed, this walk around starts in clockwise order. Before we arrive to the airplane, the technicians have checked everything already, and they are releasing the airplane to the crew, to the captain, that has to sign to accept the airplane. Of course, during this part of the pre-flight, during the walk around, if the crew member sees or finds something that shouldn't be, or is not properly in the proper place, is properly done, then we report it and we deal with that. Whenever we go on board and we close the doors, it is because the airplane is ready to go. As you can see, this flight is going to be pretty long, so we're going to face the night and the day again. I'm flying the 747 since over 5 years now, and I just love it. I'm a Boeing pilot, and I'm proud to be flying this wonderful bird. It is something that you can feel until you experience, I used to dream about this airplane since I was a young guy, a young children. Here again, tires, gear pins, any leak, shock absorbers, gear vane, everything looks more than beautiful and clean. Now we go to the body gear, which we basically do the same thing. and we make sure that, you know, as before, nothing is broke. So then we continue again, and the body gear is something very important for this airplane. Oh, by the way, something very important. This is the APU fire control on the ground. APU stands for Auxiliary Power Unit, which is the motor that provides on the ground air and electricity on the airplane. In case of a fire, first of all, this airplane has the auto shutdown featuring, okay? But at the same time, if something goes wrong, I can simply pull that handle and shut down the APU on the ground. So we continue. We check the belly of the aircraft. That's the registration of the airplane, November 756 Charlie Alpha, another static port. The aileron side, everything clean. Oh, of course, I didn't mention before, today is spring, so we're not gonna need to do anything. But there are times when we deal in winter that, you know, we have to de-ice the airplane, and no frost, no snow, no nothing has to be on the airplane to perform a safety takeoff and flight. That's the APU exhaust area, by the way. And now it's off because we have the GPU, ground power unit, connected to the airplane that is providing the electricity on board. We check everything. As you can see, everything, I will never get tired to say, to underline, clear. Clear of anything. And we do check the aileron, the left aileron. If you do look at that sign, black sign on the fuselage and of the, you know, the elevator level, those two black lines have to coincide, which means that the trim is in the neutral position, basically. And that number refers to 6. On board, I will speak to my colleague and I will say, walk around down, not into the port, if everything is okay. Otherwise, I will have to coordinate with the captain and the mechanic to let them know what I've seen, and they will start dealing with that. But you know, today is a lucky day, everything is fine, and we're not gonna need that, hopefully. So, checking again the tires, checking again here, everything looks beautiful and clean. So there are no leaks. Leaks are something very important on the airplane because everything is pneumatic, hydraulic, and a leak will determine a loss of pressure, which will deal, you know, with a loss of system, partially loss of system. Here again, we look inside. We make sure that no wires, no holes. Checking the brakes, that's something very important. So again, here, number 2 engine, the rear side, the aligning flag, all the flight controls here, same as the right wing. This is the left one. And the airplane has been already fueled, by the way. Today we're carrying 92 tons for our flight. And of course, I didn't mention before, but we're gonna have a technical stop to refuel the airplane before we're gonna continue to Tokyo. That will take at least an hour. And to my eyes, up to now, I don't see anything wrong today with this beautiful ship. The little thing over there is used in case we need to dump fuel to reduce the landing weight in an emergency situation. It's not gonna be the case today. We are going to complete our walk around, walking towards the number 1 engine. Let me make sure that I don't see any foreign object inside the engine, and looks beautiful. Front side of the number 1 engine. Once again, the wing, the number 2 engine again. Once again, the rear side. The front side of the number 2 engine. As you can see, the blades are all perfectly aligned and Nothing is wrong with that. Continuing with the remaining part of the wing, no leaks, no nothing. And checking now the left main gear. This is the number one left main gear. That one is the left body gear. That one is the right body gear. And that one is the right main gear. And we have the nose wheel in the front for a total of 18 wheels. Gear pins for the brakes. That's the main for the left body gear. All the gear is operated by hydraulic system. Pressure relief valves to modulate the pressure inside the cabin, and static ports. And the walk around is done. So I can happily say to the technicians, hey guys, good job, the airplane is perfect. And now I'm gonna walk you through the cockpit where you're gonna see my colleagues preparing the flight to Russia first and then continuing to Tokyo. Usually because of our duty, we always go out in heavy crew, which means 4 pilots, usually 2 captains and 2 first officers, that they share the flight. Because of our regulations, you know, we cannot be on duty for more than a certain amount of hours. So follow me. Next step, I believe, is gonna be our flight preparation and then the exciting takeoff. Today, pretty high speed because we're heavy on the departure. See you soon. And I'm coming back inside this beautiful thing, you know. Think about it. Takeoff weight on this aircraft is 394,625 kilograms, almost 400 tons. And we can take a lot of fuel. 92 tons is almost, you know, the 60% of the capacity for the oil tanks we have on board. I'll give you more details later on. Ciao. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah.
Alright guys, welcome to the flight deck. Meanwhile, our flight crew has arrived here and we are just actually pretty short before takeoff. And I would just like to take the chance to introduce our kind hosts to you today. The crew of National Airlines. Our pilot flying today will be Casie, right?
Casie, yes.
Casie.
Casie. Like Patrick said, I will be the pilot flying today. I'm also the first officer on this flight. We are flying from Munich today to Karaganda, Kazakhstan. Flight time 5 hours, 35 minutes or so, up to flight level 330 initially. So taking out of here, we've talked about weather, maybe a little choppy, but otherwise good overall, light winds. Mostly good weather en route and good as well at our destination. So really lucky there. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Enrique and I'll be the pilot in command today, the captain for this flight 890, destination to Narita with a quick stop in Karaganda. As the first officer, Miss Casie, just talked about, it's a quick 4 hours and 53 minute flight and we'll be climbing to 33,000 feet. We're pretty much ready for pushback and start going on our first stop. So very happy to have you all on board and I hope that you all enjoy this flight as much as we probably will.
Yeah, I think so.
And we'll be talking back with you guys once we get to our cruise level. Initially 33,000, later on 35,000. So please sit back, relax, enjoy the flight with us.
Perfect, yes, absolutely. Thank you very much, guys. Let's enjoy a beautiful takeoff now. Long takeoff run, fast takeoff run, heavy airplane, and that's exactly what we like, I believe.
Yes,
so enjoy together with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's see, assume temperature 47 degrees.
Right.
And you have selected the climb one there. Let's see, flap setting is 20. Let's see, V speeds, I matched those with yours earlier, so they match both of them. 148, 162, 171. And let's see, for the NADP you put 1. That's going to be a non-issue for our departure. I learned that lesson. Anyways, 1,000, 3,000, 1,500 feet there.
Thanks. Yeah.
Oh, thanks very much. Okay. Anyway, so we're at Munich going to Karaganda, anticipating runway 26 right, operating as National Cargo 890. And we have the anchor, I get tongue-tied, anchor 9 November departure, I guess an anchor transition. And you have LNAV, VNAV selected in standby. Initial altitude, they gave us 7, that's set. And for the NAVRAD, I see you put 108.7 for the 26 right approach. And you put it on the right side. I appreciate that. And then below 10,270 on the climb speed.
Start with high speed.
Okay. MSA, we covered that. So I guess I'll be in weather and you'll be in terrain for departure. That's all I got. Questions, comments, concerns?
No,
Anything
sounds
to
very
add?
good. Have a good time, enjoy it. And again, if we don't both understand what is going on, we stop and we confirm.
Okay.
All right. So before start checklist, please.
Before start checklist, portable electronic devices.
Off.
Off electronic flight bags.
Pre-flight is secured.
Pre-flight secure departure briefing.
Complete.
Oxygen.
Check.
Checked flight instruments.
Checked and set for departure.
Checked and set for departure. Altimeters.
1006 hectopascal, 1,490 feet set.
1006 hectopascals and 1,500 feet set. MCP.
V2171 heading 261, altitude 7,000.
V2171 heading 261 and altitude 7,000. MCP, I'm sorry, takeoff speeds.
V1148, VR162, V2171.
Fuel quantity.
92.0 plan, 92.2 check.
Fuel control switches.
Cutoff
Parking brake.
is set.
Auto brakes.
RTO
Passenger signs.
on.
And upper deck doors. Upper deck emergency doors.
Just confirm all doors are locked and latches at confirm closed as well, and doors. And we got the APU on. You are clear to disconnect the ground power unit, please, on the air. So it's set, 20 is there. Route is set. Anchor 9er 7,261,171 set. Set. Air. All there. 3385. 330. Recommend 330. So we're good to climb there. The release dispatch is Juliet Sierra 1145.
Munich apron, National Cargo 890. Parking spot 906, ready for engine start and pushback.
National Cargo 890, times updated, startup approved, information Yankee, and further is apron 121.780. Good morning.
Alright, ATIS information, Yankee, we have it, and I think you said pushback and startup is approved for National Cargo 890.
National Cargo 890, only startup approved for pushback, contact apron 121.780.
Okay, pushback, I'm sorry, startup is approved and for pushback will
Yeah,
be
we're already being
121.78.
cleared to
Thank
start
you so
engines.
much.
We're contacting ground for pushback. Standby.
Munich National Cargo 890. We are ready for pushback at spot 906.
National Cargo 890, push and start approved, facing east.
Push and start approved, face east, National Cargo 890.
Before pushback checklist, please.
Before pushback checklist, cabin,
Ready?
doors,
Closed.
demand pumps,
Number 4 aux auto.
Beacon.
Both.
Recall.
Checked.
Trim.
4.4 units. 0, 0.
Transponder.
Transponder, tick us off.
Before pushback checklist complete.
Thank you. We're clear for push and start. Face east, parking brake released.
Brakes released, pushing you now, sir, facing east. Thank you.
Clear to start all 4 engines. Sequence will be 4, 3, 2, and 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Start number 4 engine. Start number 3 engine.
Stick brakes, please.
Parking brake set. Start number 2 engine. Start number 1 engine. And you can count so. Stabilized. Stabilized. We had 4 good engine starts. You're clear to disconnect. We stand by for signals on the left. Thanks for everything. Good day.
You're very welcome. Have a safe flight. Bye now.
Bye bye.
Can you hear me okay? Check, check.
Loud and clear.
Okay. After start checklist, APU.
APU is off.
Sorry,
That's fine.
were you ready?
Go ahead.
Nacelle and ice.
Off.
Aft cargo heat is on. Recall.
Check.
CDUs.
There's checked.
And checked right. Ground equipment.
Clear left.
Clear right. After start checklist complete.
Tanks 1000, flaps 20, please, and flight control check when you have a chance.
Three up, 2 down. 3 up, 2 down. Coming aft.
Brother, check left. Right. Neutral. And when you're ready, we can request clearance for taxi.
I think I'm ready. Munich Apron, National Cargo 8900. Just off parking spot 906, ready taxi.
National Cargo 890, taxi via Romeo, entry Sierra 4.
Romeo Sierra 4?
Sierra 4. Yeah,
Sierra
Romeo
4.
Sierra 4.
Okay. Taxi via Romeo and Sierra 4, National Cargo 8900.
Alright, so as briefed, Romeo is this one, then to the right Sierra 4. Left side is clear.
I see that, and clear right.
Checks.
National Cargo 890, continue via Sierra. Sierra 5, Whiskey 1, entry November 1.
Continue via Sierra 5, Whiskey 1, November 1, National Cargo 8900.
National Cargo 890 Tower, hello. Taxi holding point runway 26 right via November and Alpha 14.
Taxi holding point, runway 26 right via November Alpha 14, National Cargo 8900. Clear right on November, going right.
Left side is clear.
My writing is getting sloppier as we go.
And anytime you can do a takeoff review and before takeoff checklist to the line.
Sure. Okay, we've got V2171 heading 261, altitude 7,000, Toga is selected. LNAV, VNAV are armed. Ground speed checks, assume temperature 47 degrees, and flaps 20.
Check complete.
Before takeoff checklist, flaps.
Plan 20, plan 20 check.
Flight controls.
Check.
Checked. Takeoff departure review complete. Before takeoff checklist complete to the line.
Thank you. And runway 26 right on Alpha 14, verify on the grass and on the glass.
National Cargo 890, we are ready for departure, runway 26 right.
Roger, call you band the second landing.
We'll stand by, National Cargo 890.
Yeah, right over here on departure you see some weather. Yeah, so maybe like we can request like an early turn.
Yeah, that would be nice.
to avoid that.
National Cargo 890 behind the landing, Airbus 320, 3 miles final, line up runway 26 right behind.
Behind the approaching aircraft, we will line up and wait runway 26 right for National Cargo 890.
So just pre-select your climb, throttle. And below the latch checklist, please.
Final items, cabin notified, auto throttles armed, weather terrain selected, transponder, come in TARA and runway is 26 right verified.
26 right verified on the side.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Thank you. Okay, the 320.
Line up and wait.
Going here, line up and way
26
behind.
right.
So on the left hand side, landing roll.
Clear right now.
National Cargo 890, keep it rolling. The wind 220 degrees, 10 knots, runway 26 right, cleared for takeoff.
Keep it rolling, runway 26 right, cleared for takeoff, National Cargo 890.
Clear for takeoff. Your throttles, and I'll give you controls once aligned.
Okay,
Okay, you have controls.
my controls.
It's all yours. Throttles rev.
Let's drive.
Hold. Any knots. Thrust in. V1. Rotate. Positive right.
Gear up.
Gear up. LNAV. Throw the rapid speed.
National Cargo 890, contact departure, bye-bye.
Departure, National Cargo 890, good day, sir. Departure, good afternoon, National Cargo 890 is leaving 2700 for flight level 70.
National Cargo 890, identified climb by a sit flight level 190.
Yes, ID 190, National Cargo 890. 190 set.
190 set. Center autopilot command.
Center command, you said?
Yes.
Command. I'll join you with the weather. And departure, National Cargo 890, if possible, can we keep our right turn away weather, please?
Right turn is approved, which heading?
We'll be turning the heading of 070 initially.
National Cargo 890, roger, is approved.
Approve and make that 050.
Roger.
Okay. Heading select.
Checks.
Flaps 10.
Flaps 10. Yeah, I can give you direct to Delta Mike 057 looks clear.
Yes, it does.
You like that?
Yes, execute.
Alright, execute the nav available.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5. LNAV.
LNAV.
Transition.
Transition standard
299
set. Flaps 1.
Flaps 1. National Cargo 890 request high speed below 10,000 for performance.
National Cargo 890 approved, and whenever ready, proceed direct route no.
Okay, approve high speed when ready, direct route no, National Cargo 890.
Flaps up.
Flaps up.
After takeoff checklist.
I'm gonna select the continuous just for now.
Sounds good.
And the weather close 12, so it's no problem. So after takeoff checklist, landing gears up and off, flaps up. After takeoff checklist is completed. $10,000.
I seen.
So I gave you direct, so it's pretty much.
Yeah.
So, do you like it?
Yes. I'll hit execute. That went down.
Hi, National Cargo 890, proceeding direct route now.
National Cargo 890, roger, contact now Munich 132.555, goodbye.
132.555, National Cargo 890, good, I see. Control, good afternoon, National Cargo 890, leaving flight level 110 for 190, direct route no, requesting flight level 330.
Good day, National Cargo 890, München radar identified climb flight level 230.
Climb to flight level 230, National Cargo 890. No icing, some nasal anti-ice is coming off, continues as well.
Set. Sounds good.
Checks.
That was uneventful.
Certo mono. Certo.
It's sure.
Yeah, no, that's your last name, right? Certo. It's certo. Oops.
Did you hear me?
Everything is written on the flight plan, so here is.
Thank you, Fabrizio.
You're welcome.
Grazie 2000.
Prego.
2000. Due. Not only mille. No, grazie mille. Due. 2000, yeah.
Perfetto, grazie. Thank you 2000, that's what he said.
No 1000, he did an awesome job. So.
Yeah, because in Italy we say grazie mille, thank you 1000, but because he loves me 2000.
Okay, I'm ready to go to Hollywood.
Yeah. Yes. He can testify that.
Just kidding. Enrique, what did you eat for breakfast?
I got scrambled eggs with bacon, sausage.
So you're a gold member.
Yeah. Got coffee, fresh squeezed orange juice.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
could
it's
tell.
awesome. Some bread.
So
I mean,
you're
it was
just eating
great.
like a king, huh?
Yeah, it was great, but hey,
then-
not great for these.
And then others non-gold members are just you know, starving.
I didn't know.
I'm just kidding.
Casie, may I ask, for how long are you flying?
Yeah, I started flying in 2007, and I started with National about 7 months ago.
7 months ago at National. Okay,
Yeah. So
that's your inauguration present then.
Yeah.
Drawing the short straw, being on Air-Clips.
well, so I'm new to this airplane, and I'm new to the international flying and the international procedures. So it's been interesting.
Very nice.
I've been learning a lot.
So what have you been flying before then? Which?
I was flying Embraer 145. Do you know?
Yeah, sure.
I love that airplane.
Nice, like feeder flights in the States, or?
Yep, a regional.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Wow, that's a.
Had a lot of fun.
That,
Very fond memories.
that's a bit of a change now for you, huh? It's
Yeah, it was. Lots of new things to manage.
and how does flying the 747 compare to flying the Embraer?
So many different things.
Can't imagine.
Yeah. I guess I'm partial to the 145 because I was just so familiar with it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so comfortable.
For how long did you fly it?
4 years.
4 years. Yeah, that's a while.
And you know, I flew it like almost every day, you know,
Yeah, sure.
like minus like 12 or 11 days a month.
Yeah. How
you
long?
know, so.
How often do you actually come to fly here on a regular roster with these long sectors?
Like as in pilot flying?
Yeah.
Or, so I've been on rotation now almost 3 weeks, and I think this is my second leg to be
Really?
pilot flying.
Wow. Yeah, that's a huge difference for sure, isn't it?
Yep. So, you know, just learning the airplane has taken a little bit longer, but I have a lot of great people.
Flying the Embraer 145.
Oh,
How
yeah?
does it behave flying? I mean, I have no clue. I'm not a pilot. Just
Oh my gosh,
Is
just amazing.
is it a friendly
Oh my gosh, yeah.
airplane? Yeah.
Yeah, very, in my opinion, very maneuverable, I think.
Okay.
I mean, you could manipulate it quite a bit, you know, within its envelope of what it was appropriate.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it handled really well. I loved it.
So if the
Very sporty.
okay.
Very sporty.
So if that compares to a sports car, then this is probably driving a truck here.
Yes.
Or yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the comparison?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So lots of changes for you. I mean,
I mean,
huge aircraft and all these.
yeah, I mean, the
jet lags.
145, it didn't have the VNAV function.
Oh yeah.
So all of your climbs and your descents, you planned, you know, yourself. You didn't rely on the computer to plan it for you. No auto throttles. So that was really, really weird at first. Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know how I felt about that.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, different type of flying as well, you know. So with that comes like a different type of, I think, pilot as well.
So 7 months. That means right in the middle of the pandemic, you changed job.
Yeah, my company that I was with, they shut down April 1st of 2020.
Probably in the States, it's starting to pick up again now, right?
Seems like it. Yeah.
So hopefully that continues, and National is recruiting more pilots as well in future.
Yeah, National is always, you know, trying to grow and expand, and also going from like the Embraer product to like a Boeing product.
That's different as well.
It's just very different.
Yeah. What are the main differences there for you as a pilot?
Just like the procedures, I think, that's laid out between the two. Like, for example, the anti-ice on the Embraer was automatic.
Okay.
Here it's not.
Yeah, and then obviously apart from the aircraft and the systems and so on, I think probably large aircraft, international flying, and then from passenger to cargo is another big. So you change just
Yeah, and going from a two-person,
everything.
two pilot crew to a 4-pilot crew was interesting as well.
Is it always 4 pilots on national?
Internationally?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow,
with
okay.
this company, as far as my experience has been.
Okay.
Yeah, I think probably him as well.
From the destinations that you've been visiting so far with national airlines, any favorite? I mean, it's probably difficult in COVID times because you have to, you're stuck in your hotel room or something.
Yeah, sometimes it feels that way, but I think probably Narita has been my favorite, only because I've been there so many times.
Okay.
And we found some good restaurants. The Nagoya overnight is really good as well.
Narita is a nice,
That's
very
good, huh?
nice layover.
Enrique, you're with the company for how long?
I'm junior to Casie.
So
I'm junior to Casie.
the shorter straws
Yes.
to participate in the filming project were offered in the
Yeah.
more junior corner this time.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to join the company national on November 16. So I've been here for a little over 5 months.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And before you told me you were in the Mideast.
yes, I was in the Middle East flying for Qatar Airways.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, flew for them a little over 5 years, flying the 787, the
Okay.
1787. Beautiful aircraft, great company. The company was great, but more than anything, the people that you get to fly with, that's very important. And those are the things that, when you change from company to company, that you miss the most, right? The
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
I
the
think
people.
that's what you get to remember
Yeah.
the most. And
Yeah, and especially if it's a nice company that you
Yes.
have to leave, then you might also be worried, like, okay, how's this
Yeah.
point going to be in the next?
yeah,
I
it was a very difficult, decision to take.
You look happy, so
Yes.
it's obviously your new home is
oh yeah.
is good.
I'm sad that I don't get to pass times with very good friends. Again, you miss that, but I'm very happy to. I'm back home and flying with this company. Everyone that you get to fly with, it becomes like your family. That's the main thing. It becomes like your family.
Nice.
The good things and also the bad things, right?
Yeah, sure. It's family.
Yes, it's family.
How many pilots do you know roughly? How many pilots are there at national right now? Plus
on
minus?
the 7-4, probably, I think 85-ish,
80,
80, 85.
yes, 85 and plus.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, it's not.
Five
On-
airplanes.
Yeah, and
not
then
a
they
huge
have
number.
pilots on the Airbus 330 and the
Oh, that was
757.
747, yeah?
Yes, this is only for the 747, about
Yeah.
84, 85 plus minus.
Okay.
And I think they keep hiring people.
Yep.
The cargo industry is being just booming for this past year.
Yeah.
So National Airlines has been taking advantage of this, and they added 3 aircraft, and for
How many 747 are now flying for national?
they got 5
Five.
right
Okay.
now, and hopefully, or the plans are to probably to add a couple more aircraft. We don't know, which it would be great. But so far 5 747s, flying a lot. We're flying a lot, but it is good. I don't know. She was probably telling you about her experience in the rotations of flying, and what I have experienced in this little time that I've been with National is, you come, they take you out of home to start flying. Maybe you are. It depends on the rotations that you get, but you can get like back-to-back months,
Okay.
and you get all 4 weeks or 5 weeks all together. Then you go home for another 4 or 5 weeks off. That part I do enjoy. Some people like to be, because I was used to doing that back in Qatar, so my family is used to.
Enrique, before Qatar Airways, may I ask what did you fly before, or did you
Yeah, before Qatar Airways, I was almost 7 years in flying in Japan for an airline called Skymark Airlines.
Skymark?
Yes.
76 or 73?
7.3s. When I arrived there, they only had 1 or 2 7.6 left, and those were gone and replaced by 7.3s NGs. So I was there for 6 years and 7 months, 8 months. Also, great time. I loved it. So that's one of the things when I go back to Narita and layover, kind of like going back to the times when I was there.
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Be honest, let me know it is, okay?
Bravissimo, bravissimo.
Is this a pre-capacitation or what?
Perfetto.
Wow.
Okay, va bene.
Bravissimo.
I've been trying to learn a little Italian.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
And
I keep wanting to pronounce everything like you would pronounce it in Spanish. And my crew, last rotation, we had this joke going, because you know how sometimes there's crew members that you haven't even like left like the blocks yet, like you haven't even like taxied away, and they say, "Are we there yet?"
Yeah.
And some of the guys, they just are like, "I hate that when people say that." Are we there yet? And so the rest of the rotation, most of us, would, cheekily be like, "Are we there yet?"
Yeah.
And there's a movie quote. It's from the movie called "Are We There Yet?" The kids ask, "Are we there yet?" And the dad says, "If you mean to annoying, then yes, we are there."
Yeah.
I find that quote pretty funny, but I normally don't get a lot of laughs from that.
Which movie? I've probably seen it before.
It's called "Are We There Yet?"
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Today was normally heavy.
And the rotation speed was 162
knots.
Knots. Okay.
Knots.
Wow.
83,246 kilograms.
More than 83 tons of cargo here.
Yeah.
Very good. Nice.
Maybe that'll aid in having a good. I said maybe that'll aid my ability to have a smooth landing, touchdown.
I got the coffee. Perfect coffee.
Perfect coffee.
We're doing good. You just come in here 20 minutes later. Okay, let me cross check and. Yeah. No, it was good coffee. Really nice. I mean.
I gotta buy this electric machine that makes the espresso work. I'm gonna buy next time I go to Rome.
Oh.
And so I can make the real coffee, Lavazza, Kimbo.
I was gonna buy this one last time I was there.
Oh.
And really inexpensive. I mean, I don't know if I had the picture still.
Will you get me one and all?
Sure.
You're a totally different career status, and we're in this, very particular time where hopefully the pandemic leaves us in peace soon. And right now, the market for the job market for pilots is obviously totally flat and dead. But still, particularly amongst our viewers, there's probably hundreds of thousands of people, young people, having that dream of one day doing what you guys are doing today.
I have my degree in aviation management. Sometimes I wish that I either had 2 degrees or I had a degree that was not in aviation, because I sort of feel that all of my eggs are in one basket. So on paper, flying is my technical skill. So I wish that I would have sort of diversified earlier on my formal on paper skill set. So that's maybe one thing to keep in mind, is keep yourself diversified, but gosh, to, not try and go after something that you really want to do. Right. And so, I have a good friend. She, I used to work with her, and she was a flight attendant. She, I think, has completed her private pilot and has started her instrument. So in her shoes, she's in a really good spot because she can continue her flight training, and maybe once she's done, and you know, I'm not sure the direction that she'll go, whether it's flight instruction or some sort of commercial flying to sort of build her hours and such. But you know, maybe by the time that she gets there, the market will have picked up, and she might be getting in right in that, you know,
exactly,
you know, influx.
Exactly.
But for those that are sort of like stuck right in that in between time, you know, I hope that they can
maintain it, because that's the problem. Was you already finished and you don't have a company that you can fly, so even though you might not be making enough money or whatever, but you can maintain your license is current.
Currency.
The currency is the hardest part when you don't have a job, because it's expensive, obviously.
Yeah, particularly when you're finished into the beginning of such a crisis, and then you can start building up hours. Yeah?
I think that was something that I sort of always kept in mind. Was sometimes I felt like I wasn't progressing sort of on pace with some of my other classmates that I went to college with, or whatnot, or coworkers, whatever it might have been. You know, they might have been progressing a little bit faster, you know, as far as like the career path was concerned. But you know what? I just thought it'll happen when it happens. Oh, look, you are so lucky.
I should have asked you before I asked for myself, right? That's a bit of a glitch.
You saw my eyes bulge.
Someone would like some tasty beef.
No. Enjoy.
Well, hopefully it's good.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck. That's also from a movie. Good luck.
Good luck.
But really, frankly, someone wants it? You would
No,
like? Would you like to have it?
No.
Yeah, no, that's yours. You know, so something that I always tried to just keep in mind was, I'm going to progress at my own pace, and I'm not going to like box myself in with like a timeline, right? So, like what I did in the meantime, I just worked other jobs, and I tried to fly as much as I could, which was not very often, but I just stayed the course.
Yeah.
Stayed the course.
Yeah.
It'll happen eventually. You just have to stick with it, you know, like anything.
Yeah, I do agree.
But it, you know, that's all circumstantial as well. I was able to take jobs that didn't pay as much in order to sort of like stay the course with you know, aviation. So
may I just ask you, how did you get into flying? Was that just you know, because you didn't have anything else to do, or when you know, when or was it by accident, or when did it start?
Well, I wish I had like a really riveting story. I don't. I was just always really interested in flying and travel, right? And later on in my school years, I sort of solidified that concept of, well, I'm going to be a pilot.
Sorry, at which age was that?
Well, I got interested sort of in the idea of like, what is that, you know, moving in the sky and such, when I was, I don't know, single digits or something.
Wow, yeah?
Yeah, and then
nice.
Later on, and I think maybe in my 8th grade year, my teacher said, okay, kids, go home and research. We had dial-up internet, you know?
Oh, yeah, nice.
And she said, go home and research what it is you think you want to do for a job, and that's exactly what I did. I tried to be a studious student, and that sort of solidified, you know, my little research that I did. That's perfect. I'm going to travel, and I'll be a pilot. Yeah, and so that just sort of stuck with me.
Okay.
I'm the first pilot in my family. My family doesn't have a big history of military background.
Okay.
So it was, and the only person I think in my family that was to go to college prior to me was my older brother. He was not interested in aviation or anything. So it was really up to me to sort of figure out how I was going to do it. I had no idea. No idea. I had originally wanted to fly helicopters, but I thought to myself, well, where in the world do you learn how to fly helicopters as a civilian? I had no idea. And so I thought, well, I'll just be a airplane pilot. And I did my research. I visited a couple different schools trying to figure out where is the best place for me as far as university was concerned. And when I finally settled on one that sort of, checked that box, and while I was going through my university classes, I was enrolled in an aviation program. So I was also getting my flight certificates sort of along that timeline as well. And so I graduated with my commercial multi certificate. And I continued with my flight instructor certificates after I graduated university, sort of like on my own. And just took it one step at a time from there.
Oh, cool. Very nice.
I wish I had some family, to reference, like my dad or my grandpa sort of inspired me to take the path, but I'm the first person in my family. And so it's been a learning curve sort of every step of the way. Enjoyed it.
What I can tell you is that you're inspiring a lot of people right now, probably particularly also girls being interested in aviation around the world. And I think, coming from an aviation family is a great thing for sure. But, being the initial one
you can still do it. It's
starting a legacy of a future aviation family, that's,
maybe.
Isn't that great as well?
Yeah.
Very nice. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep.
I've learned a lot.
You're living your dream. But now, come on, flying the 747, isn't that?
It's so funny that you say that, because I remember being, 19, 20 or something, and my grandpa, he showed me a photo, I think on the back of a magazine, of like a 747, sort of, one of those picturesque sky shots of airplanes. And he thought, and he said something along the lines of, "You think you'll ever fly this someday?" And I remember standing in the living room, and I said, "Gosh, I don't know what would align in the universe to allow me to do that, but maybe, And so I always wanted to fly internationally, and I always wanted to fly a 747. And somehow, the universe aligned my path, and now I'm doing exactly that.
Dream come true.
It's been really great. Yeah.
It's lovely.
Yeah,
lovely. Very nice story. Very nice.
Enrique, what do you got? What's your story?
What's your story?
How did you get into flying?
Is it just because you didn't get the other job, or?
Probably. I didn't want to study hard.
That's not true.
That's it. It just looked easy. You thought that it would be all fun and not really work.
I did think that, yes. It is work at times, but I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy the diversity, That's why I always tell people who ask me, how do you like it? What do you do? So at my previous job, we did a lot of the same routes and such. But every day was different. It didn't matter if you were flying the same route, because it could be a different crew member. It's definitely a different airplane, different weather. So there was a lot of factors that were, variable, and that changes the situation. And I like that. You never know exactly what you're going to get for the day.
And Enrique, how did this idea develop for you? How did it come? How old were you?
Yeah, from really early age. My dad was an airline pilot for Aeromexico.
Here we got the airline family, huh?
Yeah. Also had an uncle, my mom's sister. She also married a pilot, so all the boys from both families, we all wanted to be pilots from you were 5-6 years old.
So the options you were offered is pilot, or pilot?
Yes, yeah.
Aww.
Well, you get to fly back then, 30, 40 years ago. We were lucky enough to fly with your dad, going to the flight deck, see what they're doing, and see how much he enjoyed it. So that's what really makes you want to do this. And I got 2 older brothers that are pilots as well. So looking at them, how much they enjoy as well this job. So it makes you want to do it as well. And that's a key. It's difficult path a lot of times.
Yeah.
Because of how the industry goes up and down. But the main thing is, like I tell my kids, do whatever you really enjoy.
Yeah.
Whatever it's gonna be, do it, because the path is gonna be hard on no matter what career you choose. So if you really not vetted into that, you can easily go and do something else and really waste, 5, 6, 7 years of your life doing something that you never really enjoyed it. Maybe be too late for you to, it's never too late, but maybe you pass those good years and let them go instead of doing something that you enjoy doing. So that was my path, seeing everybody around me that they were pilots. Obviously, my dad's friends, they were pilots, so they would come to the house and you hear them talking about all the things that they do, their experiences. So once to do, makes you want to do it.
Nice. Yeah.
So I guess it was a little different path in her. So I got a lot of help from family members, from my brothers when I was going through my certification, and then whenever I finished with my licenses, they helped me out getting a job back home in Mexico. So it does help a lot, especially knowing what you're gonna get. What even the companies, I think even the airlines, when you're starting, sometimes they know, okay, well, you know what you're jumping into, because a lot of people just see this career as it's all glamour, and you're just traveling and having a good time, eating Italian food in Rome and eating sausages in Munich and the next day, but they don't see what it comes behind that. The time away from home, the many nights that you don't get to sleep because you are flying.
Yeah,
it's true.
The suitcase.
And the days that you are trying to get as much rest as you can in the hotel because your body clock is upside down, and sometimes you have to get the rest when you can.
Yeah.
Because you are in a beautiful place, but your body is telling you
no,
don't. You see that bed and you jump into that bed and stay in the bed. And that's what people sometimes they don't see that. And it has a lot of things that are great.
Yeah.
That's what I think all of us do it.
But there's the other side of the coin as well.
Yes.
Yeah. But if you look back at all this suffering as well that comes with a job, would you have made different choices if you had the chance to start whichever career again?
No. I really enjoy what I'm doing. I really enjoy what I'm doing.
That's nice.
It's a lot of cons, but it's a lot of positive things.
Nice.
So, and again, the main thing is I really enjoy what I do. I don't see me doing something that I would enjoy as much as doing this. There are other things that I would like to do. Now, would I enjoy it as much? Probably not. Maybe in the near future, Also, your body is going to tell you at some point, okay, stay home, do something else. You're getting to that age where...
Take care of that cherry tree there.
Yes.
But that's very nice, I think. I mean, it's. I think also for a lot of viewers, it's going to be very interesting to hear about the downsides, which are can be very tough ones, I believe.
I had a sim partner at my first airline, and she told me that one of her professors, when she was in college, told her, during the course of your airline career, expect to be furloughed. I don't know if it was at least or just 3 times. So we'll just stick with expect to be furloughed about 3 times. And I didn't get that advice as I was, advancing in my career until later. So I hit my first furlough. Obviously, furlough. The company shut down. Our union deemed us. Our title was, I think, furloughed permanently. So it's sort of like an oxymoron. And so I went back to my chief instructor during college and I said, I blame you. You never told me I was going to get furloughed or my company was going to shut down. But, I made it through,
Okay guys, as you can easily see outside right now, it is pretty dark. It is night. I mean, we are flying pretty much eastbound, so away from the sun. And it's only 7 p.m. Still bright day in Munich, but obviously already dark night here as we get closer to Kazakhstan. Yeah, now it's like I think a bit more than 1 hour until landing, so descent is gonna start sometime soon. And maybe just a good point in time, you know, guys, I have one little souvenir for you, because now you know you're I mean, you look fresh, but you've been working a lot already, so in order to get you back into the Air Clips filming mode, I brought you the world famous Air Clips Hollywood pills. You know, so a dose of 1 or 2 of them will make you happy, and just eating everything at once will make you more happy, because it's only Skittles, yeah. But so,
they will definitely make me happy then.
Just a little running gag on Air Clips. So guys, first question up front. Where are we? I mean, in the rear it's been dark all the time. People have been relaxing, so, and I'm not really having orientation. Are we, how far are we from landing roughly?
We'll be entering their airspace in Kazakhstan. First officer Casie should be the one doing the landing, which we expect to be a wonderful landing. You know, it's smooth.
Yeah, pressure is on.
It's smooth.
They're all counting on me.
We're all counting on her. Smooth as a river's rock.
Okay.
All right. Well, no changes from the maintenance items or the MELs. None that will affect our approach and our arrival. We just talked about the weather. It's favorable, light winds, so that's good. And no NOTAMs to mention for our approach, or the airport for itself either. CRM, like you said, it's my first time going in there. So again, if I'm doing something that I shouldn't, or should be doing something that I'm not, please let me know. If you see something, say something. I'll tell that to, I guess, Fabrizio as well when he comes up here. For the for the arrival, I guess we are not going to be doing that now. We are cleared basically to the airport. We have planned the ILS for runway 23, starting at the initial approach fix Tenlu. And after Tenlu, we can go down to 4,000 for an inbound course of 230. And 4,000 will be the platform altitude for our final approach fix at the 6.8 DME. That'll take us down to our decision altitude of, let's see, 1955. So we've got 1960 set in the right and the left side.
Set on my side.
For the missed approach, we're going to climb runway heading at 2,500 feet. Yeah, 2,500 feet. We'll turn left to a heading of 050, and then on up to 4,000 and vectors there. So that is plugged in here correctly. So once we get cleared for the approach, I will select the localizer, and then once the localizer captures, I'll select approach for the glide slope. All right, for the runway environment, it does have high intensity approach lights as well as a PAPI. PAPI on the left side should be operating, and you have, let's see, you have the localizer frequency 111.7 set in the left side for an inbound course of 230 as well. We talked about the landing weight, estimating it to be about 279, basically rounding up. So we're going to select flaps 25, and we put in decimal 84 and 300 for the descent speeds, and we check the forecast for the transition level. On the arrival, flight level 120 will be the transition.
Checks.
I'll stay in weather if you would like to take terrain, or if you have a different preference.
No, I'll do that. I'll go with terrain selected.
The runway is 11,000, basically 800 feet long, about 200 feet wide. So like you said, we'll have to back taxi and we'll just use that turnabout at the end. And I've never been here, so don't see any hotspots on the airport. Now, as far as parking, I don't have a parking spot. And for the autopilot, I'll probably turn it off anywhere between like 1,000 or 1,500 feet, depending on the situation, how I feel, wind, whatnot. So, questions, comments, concerns, anything to add?
No, nothing to add. It sounds all good.
All right, very good. Descent approach checklist.
Oh yeah, descent and approach checklist. Recall check. Auto brakes 3 set. Landing data is VRET plus 25 at 158 speed and a minimum barrel 1960 set twice. Altimeters 1019 hectopascal. They are preset. Just select the weather. Right now I have weather and I will select terrain. Approach briefing complete. Descent approach checklist complete.
Something I didn't mention was the MSA. Well, we're not going to do an arrival, but it was 4.
4,100.
Yeah, 41 for the approach.
Right here, 25 miles.
Okay, very good.
We had to adjust our sight now for the dark.
National Cargo 890 and please report spot winds on final at 4,000 feet.
We'll do so, National Cargo Indonesia. Localizer, capture localizer live. National Cargo 890 status localizer.
National Cargo 890, distance 12 miles from touchdown, continue approach.
Continue approach, National Cargo 890.
Glide slope armed.
Check slash Lopez arm. Alright. Oops. Wait, I got it. I have controls. Let's look capture.
Let's look capture. Negative radius.
Are you? Give him the wind when you can at 4,000. Okay, gear down, please.
Gear is good. Checks.
Flaps 10. Flaps 20, please.
36025 knots.
National Cargo 890, thank you. And the wind 020 degrees 8 meters per second, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 05, National Cargo 890.
Runway side, clear to land. Roll off their arm, line 2, flaps 25, please. Landing checklist when you're ready.
Landing checklist, cabin notified, speed brake arm, landing gear down, flaps 25, landing checklist complete, 1,000 stabilized.
Checks, Mr. Press altitude set. Okay, autopilot's coming off. Flight director.
500.
Checks. Runway side landing.
100. Minimums. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Follow me car is inside.
National Cargo 890, follow the leader van, stand 3 Alpha for parking, comply with the marshal instructions.
Okay, use the follow me car, runway, or I'm sorry, parking stand, I think 3 Alpha, and we'll follow the marshal for National Cargo 890.
Left side's clear.
Clear so far to the right. After lane check is complete.
Thank you. Oh yeah.
No warning at all.
Yeah. Parking brake is set. APU is running. Thank you, Casie. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, it's totally fine.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Huh?
It was a little bumpy, this one.
Never seen something like that before. That should look nice on the recording of the screen.
Yes.
Pretty massive.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Good thing we were high altitude and everything. It was probably that. It's just coming down, the thunderstorm.
And it seemed like once we got past that, it wasn't. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, suddenly, huh? Like.
But it was dark.
It was just coming. Yeah.
It was dark.
And we had nothing on the.
Nothing, yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't indicating nothing. It was actually indicating to the right. So that was it. It's just moving towards this, the final approach fix.
But the controller probably had a reason for asking the wind.
The wind
at 4,000.
Yeah.
And the first of a total of 5 flights that I'm going to do without a break filming for you is finished now. We've been flying all the way from Germany, and within some 5.5 hours only, we've been overflying Germany after takeoff, then the Czech Republic, all across Poland and Belarus, then crossing quite a bit of the Russian airspace, entering Kazakh airspace, and then all across Kazakhstan eastbound into Karaganda. Now, right here in Karaganda, it's dark night and the only thing happening is some jet fuel uplift. Now it's gonna be a very, very tiring journey, but super exciting. This has only been 1/5 of our entire trip. We have 4 more flights ahead, almost 2 days non-stop aboard this aircraft, creating ultimate cockpit movies for you. So let's enjoy a very, very quick nightly rest here in Kazakhstan before we crank it up again, directly flying into the sunrise after a very short night, and then having a beautiful daylight flight and arrival into Japan.
Before start checklist, portable electronic devices.
Off.
Off. Electronic flight bags.
Pre-flight is secured.
Pre-flight secured. Departure briefing.
Complete.
Oxygen.
Check.
Checked. Flight instruments.
Check and set for departure.
Altimeters.
1019 hectopascals on 1,170 feet. Set.
1019 hectopascals and 1,780 feet. Set. MCP.
V2171 heading 050 on altitude 21,000.
V2 171 heading 050, altitude 21,000. Takeoff speeds.
V1 137 VR162 V2 171.
Fuel quantity.
95.0 plan, 94.8 checked.
Fuel control switches.
Cut off.
Parking brake.
Set.
Auto brakes.
RTO.
Passenger signs.
On.
Upper deck emergency doors.
Stand by.
Okay. Before pushback checklist. Cabin.
It's ready.
Doors.
Closed.
Demand pumps.
Number 4 AX auto.
Beacon.
Both.
Recall. Engine 431
Cancel.
shutdown.
Check.
Trim.
4.5 units. 00.
Transponder.
Transponder tickets off.
Before pushback checklist complete.
Yes. Okay, clear to start all 4 engines. Sequence 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right, start number 4. Start number 4 engine. Who's got the flight plan?
Standby National Cargo 890.
Start number 3 engine.
Number 3.
Start number 3. Start number 2 engine. Start number 1 engine. Cancel. Stabilized. Go ahead and get the flow. We have 4 normal in start clear to disconnect. I mean, you're clear to move away. Thank you. We go with signals on the left. See ya. Bye bye.
And Caraganta Tower, National Cargo 890, ready to copy the new clearance.
National Cargo 890, now runway 23, daily views. Clear to Tokyo via Ali 1 Golf, the rest without changes.
Arley 1 Golf. Alright, cleared to Romeo Juliet Alpha Alpha. We're going to be using runway 23 now. The Arley 1 Golf. Departure, flight plan route, as filed.
Up the start checklist.
APU.
Use off.
Nacelle NAS.
Off.
After cargo heat off. Recall. It's checked. Sorry.
Checked.
CDUs.
Checked.
Checked ground equipment.
Is clear left.
Clear right after start check is complete.
Thank you. Flaps 20.
Two down. Left.
Okay. Yeah. Rudder check left. Right. Neutral. So light is coming down. And we can request taxi, please.
Caravanda Tower, National Cargo 890. Ready for taxi, ATIS Fox. Foxtrot.
National Cargo 890, taxi to point apron and taxi where you want.
Taxi to holding point via the apron, taxiway 1, National Cargo 890.
So straight out to the right to holding point 1. Let's say it's clear.
Clear, right.
Alright, so it's all the way clear. You want to do a quick taker review?
Sure. We've got V2 171, 230 on the heading, and cleared up to flight level 210. Toga Toga selected. LNAV, VNAV are armed. Ground speed checks. We've got a geo departure derated 42 degrees, 1.45 on the EVER, and flaps. They are 20, set 20.
Oh yeah. So before take up to the line checklist.
Okay. Before takeoff checklist, flaps.
Flaps at 20 plan, 20 check.
Flight controls.
Check.
Checked. Takeoff departure review is complete before takeoff checks complete to the line.
Thank you. And this is the holding point. Okay, backtrack on runway 23. 23 is identified on the glass and on the grass. You can barely see it. Yeah.
See it. And clear right.
Roger. So below the line checklist, please. Clear on the left for backtrack.
And clear right. Cabin is notified. Auto throttles armed. Weather or terrain is selected. Transponder TARA runway 23 is verified. We'll take our check is complete.
Thank you. Gonna turn up. No, no, no. Not at all, thanks. Let it know that once 180 will be ready.
Okay. Caravanda Tower, National Cargo 890, making the 180 turn, will be ready for departure runway 23. Runway 23 cleared for takeoff, National Cargo 890. 23 verified again. Cleared for departure.
Clear for takeoff. Alright, so you had the throttles, stand by for controls, and now we have the radios.
It's a very faint sunlight.
Yeah, so there it is. 2, 3. You had controls?
Yes,
I
my
had the
controls.
radios. Thrust ref.
Thrust ref.
Hold 80 knots, thrust set.
Checks.
B1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up. LNAV. Thrust revving and speed. TNA climb level 310, National Cargo 890. 310 set.
310 set, flaps 10.
Flaps 10.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5. And let's say clear.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1. And National Cargo 890 will be requesting high speed below 10,000. What's your speed? We will request high speed below 10,000 feet. Copy, National Cargo 890, thank you.
Flaps up.
Flaps up.
After takeoff checklist.
Yeah. Take a checklist, landing gears up and off, flaps up. Take a checklist is completed.
Center autopilot command.
Command.
Command. Maybe.
Maybe slow it down a little bit more to climb faster. Zero check.
Cruise checklist complete.
Huh?
It's just a joke. We had a cruise checklist where I was at previous, and so I'm just thinking about.
It was fun. Sounds like fun, the previous one.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, you can swap and then I call
No, I'll say
Fabrizio
yeah.
to come as well.
Only when you're ready.
Okay guys, you may have noticed that Casie and Enrique look a little bit different right now. Reason being is the crew changed, as indicated earlier already by Enrique. Fabrizio and Phil, the relief crew, have now taken over the seats and control here. And actually, I have to admit that I'm super duper tired. It's only the beginning of leg 2 of a journey of 5 legs to be filmed, and in order to prevent arriving as a HUM, I have to go to sleep right now. So
no stamina, this chap.
Yeah, it's a cheap excuse, but I have to do it. So the thing is, if I would just switch everything off and go to sleep, you would miss a lot, because we have 2 great characters here that already, you know, along the way shared super nice stories from their personal aviation backgrounds. From 100 years aviation family background.
100 years next year.
Yeah, this is, I mean, that story you want to hear, to Fabrizio having had that dream
as a DJ to fly a 747, and
DJ, I don't know about this.
Since you don't see, the discs here, obviously he made it. So there's a lot to talk about.
Get some good rest and enjoy the smooth and safe flight.
Thank you.
All the way to Tokyo.
Yes.
Try not to wake the loadmaster.
Take care.
Take care. So Fabrizio, DJ?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Disco, 70s, 80s, and 90s. That was something really, really wonderful. I really enjoyed everything.
Oh yeah.
And still today, I mean, I don't do parties anymore.
I'm imagining a Prince Valiant haircut, long and flared trousers. Really?
No, actually.
No. Oh.
No. Actually, I always been, short hair. I've been always myself,
Oh,
the love and the sensation I have for the disco era, and I'm talking about Donna Summer, Bee Gees, Hard Wind and Fire, Kool and the Gang. Whenever I think about disco, I still have goosebumps.
So what made you get into flying?
Well, actually, it was a dream. It was a dream since I was a very young guy, very young kid, And however, very fun to say, but however, this was the second choice. Because initially, I wanted to be a policeman.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
And I simply wanted to follow my father, because my father was in the Carabinieri, which is the military police in Italy.
Yes.
I wanted to be just like him. And my dream was, driving the Carabinieri's car,
Yeah.
But then for some reason it didn't work. And so then I said, okay, maybe this is a sign that I need to pursue my original goal. And then I decided to move to the U.S.
Oh,
so
yeah?
I went to Texas for all of my flight trainings.
Oh, okay.
Private, commercial, instrument, multi-engine. And after that, I stayed in Texas. And also I flew in Florida, in California, building up the time, the hours.
Yeah.
And so I finally got my ATP, the Airline Transport Pilot Certificate. And I was lucky enough to be able to find a little job on the Citation jet, which I flew for a couple of hundred hours. And when I had like 2,000 hours, the real job started, flying the 737 for 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
And that was absolutely something that really taught me how to fly the line, because doing 4 takeoffs and landings a day really teaches you how to fly.
Makes you sharp, exactly, yeah.
After 4 years on the 737, I wanted to become a long-haul pilot, so I changed the airline and I flew the 757 and 767 for about 9 years. But the ultimate goal, the final goal, was always to fly this aircraft, the Boeing 747.
Yeah, Queen of the Skies.
And so I started applying around, and finally, National Airlines offered me the job on the 74. I couldn't believe that, so I signed a contract, and here I am, flying the 74, the most beautiful airplane of the world.
It is.
Since over 5 years now.
Yeah.
I still have 10 years to go before retirement, and I really hope that, I'm going to be flying this aircraft until that day, because this is the dream airplane. It's like for any car racer that, wants to drive a Ferrari, any pilot wants to fly the 747.
Yeah.
So I feel very, very lucky in order to have accomplished all of my dreams. So before coming here, you were on the 73?
Yeah.
For who?
Oh, 9 years with Korean Air.
Korean?
Yeah.
Wow.
And before that, where was it? Low-cost carriers in the UK. And 10 years with Virgin in Europe. And Cathay Pacific was my first airline. I started off on these aeroplanes, actually, on the 74.
Okay.
Yeah. Briefly on the 777. And then escaped Hong Kong. I instructed in the US for a while. And got my US licenses there. And when I got the ATP, I was lucky enough to be offered 2 jobs. I was offered a commuter job in the US or the 747 in Hong Kong. So I thought...
so you already flew the 74?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I flew that in, started in 95. Yeah, it's very similar to the 73, but I think most Boeings are quite similar to each other.
Absolutely. Same systems, same books.
Yeah, it's even the same sort of size because we're the top of the egg here. Yeah.
That's why I feel comfortable to be on a Boeing, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. If it ain't Boeing, I ain't going.
Exactly. Look what my Shane says.
Yeah, absolutely. Mine too. Mine too. Smaller, more subtle print. Yeah.
I did the type rating on the 400. I mean, on the Classic.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was supposed to go fly for this cargo airline called Oceania Airlines in Brescia.
Oh, yeah.
And right after I did the type rating, the airline went out of business. So I was lucky enough to go on the 76.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. People love the 76.
Oh, it is a beautiful, easy airplane.
Yeah.
Beautiful, easy airplane. I flew it for almost 9 years, and he left my heart on it.
Yeah. I had to go in the simulator just once. I was going over to talk to All Nippon Airways, and they did their screening on the 76 sim. And it seemed, again, very, very similar to the 73.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little slower in roll.
So once we're going to get there, you're not going to get off the airplane?
I'm not going to get off the airplane until we get back to, what do they call it, Munich. I will be on the airplane quite a long time by then.
Yeah.
Munich, Karaganda, Tokyo, Incheon, Tokyo, Karaganda, Munich.
I believe, in my point of view, we are still a family, even if now we're getting bigger. Because we had 2 airplanes for years, until a couple of months ago. All at once, they brought 3 747s. But I also think that our owner knows what he does. And we have a lot of business. I remember when I did the 74 Classic rating, there was the flight engineer there.
Yeah.
And that was the most difficult thing. Balancing the fuel from the top of descent, with all the switches and things like that.
Yeah.
If you think that they made this airplane so simple with this overhead, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That was a flight engineer airplane. Yeah. I remember did the type rating on it, and in the US, when you have a new type rating, they train you as a captain, okay? So you always do your training from the left-hand seat. And I remember that that was one of the easiest type rating I've ever done, because it was everything based on the flight engineer.
Absolutely. I was lucky enough to join DHL on the Airbus 300B4. Now the B2, the original Airbus 300, came out with just 2 pilots. But the Air France Union said, no, we have flight engineers. The Airbus had to go and design a flight engineer panel to put in there.
I didn't know that.
And it was a very automatic airplane. 1972 it came out, very advanced. It had auto brakes, auto land. It could do a Cat 3A auto land on one engine. It was wonderful. And the panel was there for the flight engineer. So much was automatic. It was just a breeze to fly. It's a beautiful aeroplane. Anyway, they very kindly gave me a direct entry left seat on this thing. And I'd never flown with a flight engineer before. And the SOP was, light comes on, he flies it, he fixes it, and I have a coffee.
Yes!
Gentleman's aeroplane. It's like flying with a butler.
I think that all the airplanes that were made for the flight engineers, that was the concept, you know?
Yeah.
Airbus, the 7-2, the DC-10.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
know?
exactly. If you want to see a complicated job for a flight engineer, try the Concorde.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Different Mach numbers. You've got to cool the fuel, you've got to move the fuel to keep it in balance, and you don't have much fuel to play with. In fact, one day, there's a British Airways captain, I don't know if he got the wrong level, got messed up somehow.
Wow.
And he landed, and he had to taxi up to the terminal building and hand his wallet out of the window to put fuel in the aeroplane before he could open the doors, because otherwise it would sit on its tail. So low on fuel was it. Used his own credit card to try and keep it secret, and yet we all know. Actually, I used to fly with a guy who used to fly the Concorde.
Really?
If this thing's recording, I can't tell you much about him because he's got loads of stories, none of which I can repeat.
Tokyo approach, National Cargo 890, flight level 270, descending flight level 240, ATIS information, Charlie. Cleared the
north.
Route test north arrival,
ILS
2962, and we'll expect the ILS 16 right Yankee for John.
National Cargo 890, turn left heading 030, maintain 10,000.
030, 10,000, National Cargo 890. So heading 030, 10,000. You don't mind the Baron, please?
National Cargo 890, reverse heading 020.
Flight heading 020 now, National Cargo 890.
Alright, so now direct Norma.
I like that tactic, just sort of.
Huh?
I like that tactic, just sort of.
Yeah, just bringing it in. So any indication of wind shear that we get, we go around. So toga, disconnect, full thrust if required. We won't change anything until we are out of the wind shear. And then after that, once out of wind shear, flash 20, gear up, or whatever the situation is. Tell her we'd like to maybe hold or delay our landing until that's passed.
Yeah? You want to hold?
Yeah, hold or give us extended vectors to delay our arrival until that's passed.
Alright. Tokyo approach, National Cargo 890.
Go ahead, National Cargo 890.
We're just wondering maybe a hold or longer vectors to wait for that microburst to pass. Whatever she can
Transition
give us.
2962.
National Cargo 890, Roger. How about the hold over Casio?
Affirm, we can accept the Casio for National Cargo 890.
National Cargo 890, Roger. Turn left heading 330, vector to Casio.
Left turn heading 330, vectors to Casio, National Cargo 890.
Heading select 337, you can set the holding. So Casio, it's inbound 316.
Okay, inbound
And
position.
that's 316. Okay guys, we are probably about 20 minutes from landing. We're gonna be holding for a little bit as some microburst and windshield reported. So please just take your seats and secure yourselves.
I just said holding 5 more minutes, waiting
Yeah.
for it to pass.
I think after finish we can request vectors and we'll try it. It's still the wind shears cautions are reporting at 4 miles,
But the microburst
but at
is
least not the
dissipated.
microburst. They haven't reported any for the last 10 minutes.
Alright, so
15
this
minutes. So.
will be our last one.
We can advise so that we'll be ready to try an approach.
Tokyo approach. National Cargo 890. We are ready to exit the hold at Casio and proceed in on the ILS Yankee 16 right approach.
Can you try now?
We are ready to exit the hold at Casio and proceed inbound on the approach.
National Cargo 890, fly heading 310, vector runway 16 right, final approach course, maintain 6000.
Heading 310, maintain 6,000 vectors for the ILS 16 right approach.
National Cargo 890, turn left heading 300, descend maintain 2800.
Left turn heading 300, descend and maintain 2,800, National Cargo 890.
Heading 300, descend 2,800. You can give me direct intercept from perch. Speed vertical speed. Flaps 1, please.
Speed, altitude checks.
National Cargo 890, turn left heading 240.
Left turn heading 240, National Cargo 890.
240. $1,000 to go.
3.8, descending 2.8.
Checks. Alright, 4 miles final for us. Flaps 10.
Speed checks.
National Cargo 890, turn left heading 200, clear for Yankee runway 16 right approach.
Left turn heading 200, cleared for the ILS Yankee 16 right approach, National Cargo 890.
200, clear for the ILS Yankee 16 right. I have India Fox, Kilo Fox to identify, correct sensing.
India Kilo Fox identified.
Localizer is armed.
National Cargo 890, contact tower 118.2.
118.2, National Cargo 890.
Localizer capture.
Localizer alive.
Let's look
License alive.
Gear down. Flaps 20.
Speed checks.
6,000 is set for
6,000. Narita Tower, National Cargo 890, ILS Yankee 16 right.
National Cargo 890 tower, runway 165, continue approach, wind 21 +13, maximum 20.
Continue approach 16 right, National Cargo 890.
continue the approach.
2500.
Checks.
Inside the final approach fix, will be landing shortly.
Flaps 25.
Speed checks.
Landing checklist when you're ready.
Landing checklist. Cabin notified. Speed brake arm. Landing gear down. Flaps 25. Landing checklist complete.
Thank you. Runway inside.
Not clear to
Continue.
land yet. Continue.
National Cargo 890, Airbus 320, departing, runway 16 right, clear to wind 220 at 10, wind direction variable between 190 and 270.
Clear to land 16 right, National Cargo 890.
Clear to land.
Land 3.
Roll left, flare on.
It's 1000 stabilized.
Checks. Needs to approach up to set. Final flying. Fly direct. Out of throws, it's armed. Correcting on speed.
500.
500.
Checks.
Plus 100. Minimums.
Landing.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
For reverse.
The next one, Alpha 8.
Sure.
National Cargo 890, contact ground 121.995.
121.905, National Cargo 890. Have a good day. ready to ground National Cargo 890, exiting 16 right, Alpha 8, parking spot 806.
National Cargo 890, narita ground. Taxi via Alpha, Hotel 1 Gateway.
Taxi via Alpha, Hotel 1 Gateway, National Cargo 890.
So
Clear right,
Alpha, the first
right.
to left. Flaps stop after landing checklist.
National Cargo 890, contact some control 121.75.
121.75, have a great day. Okay. 2175. Ramp National Cargo 890, taxiway Alpha, parking spot 806.
National Cargo 890, night ramp, taxi to spot 806 via Hotel 1 Gateway and Mike.
Taxi via Hotel 1 Gateway, taxiway Mike to spot 806, National Cargo 890.
Alright, so as briefed, Hotel 1, then right on Mike, 806.
Alright. After landing checklist complete.
Thank you.
He means business.
Just like Ikaraganda, right? Alright, so APU. A lot of fun.
You killed it.
No. Do you guys have fun?
Still alive. Man, that was a fantastic landing, huh?
I wish. No.
Was
We're here. That's what counts.
Yeah, seriously.
That's the main thing.
One of these landings where you don't necessarily need 20 cameras around you, right?
Yeah.
But sorry for that. You did great. How much? I mean, it was pretty much straight crosswind, or
it was variable. That was the thing.
variable. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that makes it even a little harder because it keeps changing. So once you have a correction, then you have to decrab it. You know, you have to make the correction to the other side, and the wind as well.
So the direction.
Trends,
yeah.
And then it slows down. So that. So continue on.
Parking brake, you said set. Demand pumps.
Off.
IRS selectors.
Off.
Upper deck emergency doors disarmed. Shutdown checklist complete.
Tanks 1,000.
Thanks, 2,000.
So we're ready just to say bye-bye and...
Perfect, yeah. Thank you very much. I mean, guys, that was really a super exciting journey for me, and I'm sure it was for you as well. And I think if you liked what you've seen, then, you know, please leave thumbs up, a couple of nice comments here for Casie and Enrique. Thank you very much, you two. It was fantastic. Thank you for taking us along the journey here.
We thank you for being with us on this long flight. Very challenging flight due to the weather conditions in both approaches. But the main thing, we made Leon safe, and we're here.
Yep.
To go for the next one.
I had a great time.
Next time. Yes, we did enjoy it.
Thank you.
I did, yes. Thanks
Thank
for
you
watching.
Okay, good guys. Then you know, for you, this film is over right now, and for us, the journey continues with 3 more legs. Another movie is going to follow. So please stay tuned on Air-Clips.com. Thank you very much for today for watching. Bye for now from Tokyo.
Bye.
Bye.
It sound right, boys.
Airclips.com